Welcome to the monthly Cake Employee Spotlight. Glad you could make the time. Now, our first question: what do you do at Cake?
So what I do at Cake, a fairly simple one. It can be summed up in 3 words. I hire people. So everything that's involved throughout that process, I kind of do it from how we think about how we want to position ourselves as an employer, where we advertise our role. So we go to find our people, initial interviews, all the way through the process until someone joins the team, and maybe for the next couple of months, I'll still keep in relatively close contact. It's only after a couple of months where they kind of graduate, and I hand them over to whoever their new bosses are. Yeah.
Cool. And how is it like to work at Cake?
I would say challenging. We are a tech startup through and through. We give a lot of autonomy to people. People really own their jobs. We go from idea to execution very quickly. At the same time, we go from execution to new idea quite quickly as well. But I think it's part of the deal, right? So everyone who comes on board has to not just like this, not just be able to put up with this, but also enjoy this. Yeah.
I agree. How would you describe Cake in just 3 words?
It's challenging. It's ambitious. It's fast, and it's challenging. So those 3. Yeah.
Okay. And what are your favorite company values?
So we've got this is pretty hard because I identify with quite a few of them. I guess the first would be integrity, because this is so much in our DNA. It's in our product, it's in the way we carry ourselves, it's in the way we hire people, all of it. So that's one, integrity. I guess the second one, I picked this because it's literally my job, and that's resourcefulness. I have to find people, right? That's my entire job, what I base my entire job around. So even when it looks like there's no one who's suitable for a job, I got to figure out how, where, why, things like that. And I guess the final one, something that I'm a big fan of personally, will be meritocratic decision making. I'm a big fan of the idea that the best idea should always win. It just shouldn't matter who it's from, right? It could be from the cleaning lady, it could be from me, it could be from an intern, doesn't matter. As long as the idea is great, I think we as a business should do our part in ensuring that, it's the one that stands out eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. And what has been your favorite project at Cake?
Oh, well, that's easy. The project that I successfully completed, that would be for our hire of front-end engineers. I think that was one of the requirements when I first came on board. And we quite quickly managed to pull through. I believe from the time the candidate applied for the job until the time he became our employee, it took about 15 days. Not all of the projects go so smoothly. There's a few ups and downs, bumps along the way, but I think for me personally, that role stood out because it's a testament to how quickly we can act. If the right circumstances come along.
Okay, and maybe a little bit a non-work related question. What
Sure.
What is your favorite TV show?
Breaking Bad. I'm a fan of shows that emphasize a lot on good writing and good acting. And I think that show, Breaking Bad, really had that in abundance. It's not just the main cast being great, the writers were brilliant, the supporting cast as well. And if people didn't know, actually one of the main actors in there, Aaron Paul, he wasn't supposed to last that long in the show. He was supposed to be killed off at the end of season 1, but he did so well that the writers decided to keep him on. And as history showed, it became a bit of a legacy for those guys. So for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, I think definitely recommend watching it. But it starts slow, so it's a bit of a slow burn. It takes maybe about a couple of seasons before you really get into it. But once you're gripped, you're done. You got to finish it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Great show. What has been the best advice someone has ever given you?
So I've been thankful. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of great advice in my life. But if I had to pick one, it would be that you cannot make everyone happy. I mean, of course, we don't want to lead our lives making enemies, but at some point you got to understand that everything you do, is going to please hopefully as many people as you can, but at the same time it's going to make some people displeased, right? So it's fine. It's actually okay, and I believe personally that it's preferable that way. Yeah.
For everybody that's watching, we're currently hiring. If you wish to work at Cake, Al is the contact. He's
Yes.
Let him know. Is there anything related to our hiring currently that you want to share?
Sure. We are very actively hiring for a number of positions. The few ones I want to highlight would be the head of marketing role, the head of communications role, a sysops engineer, a blockchain engineer, C++, and also JavaScript engineers. I think if anyone's passionate about the space, wants to really do something that's really forward thinking and really building out what this space will look like, feel free to give us a shout. We'll be more than happy to speak with you.
Thank you so much for making the time.
No problem.
Great talking to you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah.